now we gotta go mess with a god again. I love messing with gods. Their hoitiness. Seriously, what is the point of that door? What is the point of this door where you can just walk out these curtains and see it again? Provides absolutely no protection for your home. None. None whatsoever.
Ave.
Ave.
On your best behavior, I trust?
No. Alright. So, have we already delivered these plaques? Do we get to deliver them again?
I hope you have a good reason for flouting my weapons ban.
Yeah, you know me, but you don't, but you do.
Proof of a degenerate mind.
The fact that he remembers every day and continues to be fake about it, even right now. I guess I did kill him, which created a paradox, which put us right back into square one. Funny how that works. Okay. We are approaching the end game. I can only predict. This feels pretty endgamey to me. Facing down the god. Stealing from the god, and then having the balls to face him again. Who even knows what's going to happen next? How does time loop for the god? That doesn't even make sense. How is that a thing? You'd think if he was omniscient, he would recognize, like, the changes between time loops. Oh, no, he doesn't, because it's... Damn it.
Well,
Alright, I'm fine, thanks. I'll be going now.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
I don't... Okay.
No. Orpheus, what are you doing? Get back from there.
I didn't mean to get stuck in this. Good luck with that, I'm out of here.
Are you
Yes, I can't help you.
I am out. Wherever you are. Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Orpheus, no!
That was cruel of me. That was very cruel.
I can't believe he went through with it. Oh Lord. That poor lamb.
Funny how we didn't die. Right?
Well. Was
Alright, what happens now? Okay, bye. I got better things to do. I think I need to mess with these doors or something. Yeah. There we go. Alright. We've got a god to face and flaunt a crown in his mask. Okay. Hades, Lord of the Many. Pluto. Then Hades. Then Osiris. And finally, Nurgle. Nurgle! Neat. Neato! Alright, we're back. And we're here to face down this asshole. Once again, finally, for all. I mean, it's a beautiful platform. Got some trees over there. It's like, you've got things to do. So why just sit here?
And here you are.
Hi.
Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known by many names. Nergal to the Sumerians.
Yup.
Osiris to the Egyptians.
Yup.
Hades to the Greeks.
Yup.
And Pluto to the Romans.
Yup.
But the one constant through it all has been my title. God of the Underworld. And I've been watching you with curiosity, mortal, ever since your arrival. You are unlike the others, aren't you? And what is more, you carry a weapon that was never intended for mortals to wield, and you do it so brazenly.
It's just how
There
I
will be
be.
time for
Now,
you.
hey, let's talk about you putting trials on humanity
As a
for
reward
no
for
goddamn
enduring
reason.
the desecration of my obelisk, I will allow you to satisfy
As well as
your
in-
curiosity.
Influencing our
Ask what you will.
nature. You see this? It's Proserpina's crown. Throw? Throw? Why would I throw it?
I would recognize that anywhere. And yet my beloved still wears hers. What is this? How did you come by it?
I took it from her. After I killed her. In another timeline.
You vile, despicable creature. Why would you do such a thing? And worse still, boast about it.
I didn't want to kill her, but if you don't put an end to the golden rule, I'll do it again. I could do this all day. End the golden rule, or I will. I like the first one.
You have put me in an impossible position. If I refuse, you will murder her. And yet, if I agree, I will lose my wager and return to Elysium humiliated and alone.
But alive. That is the idea.
Perhaps you are cleverer than you appear, mortal. I do not see that I have a choice in this. Your treachery and savagery have opened my eyes like nothing I have witnessed in 3,000 years. And now you have shown me your species' true colors. And I see that Proserpina was a fool to have ever believed in you at all.
I'm
This
not
is
the cruel
gone
one
too
here,
late.
friend.
It is time for me to let go of this form, of her, of all of you. But know this. If I abandon the wager and leave for Elysium, neither she nor your kind may ever ascend.
Ascend into what? We just want to return to the world. Why can't we go to Elysium?
Because despicable creatures like you have no place there. My kin would never allow it. The best I can do is return you to the land of the living. I will have Charon make arrangements to ferry the others. But as for you, be aware you will be separated from the rest.
Fair, I guess. Wait. Don't make me kill her
Enough, foul
again.
Creature. This is not something I have decided. You see, once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this moment will never have taken place, and you will have created a paradox. What will
Okay.
become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering in the natural flow of time.
You did it first!
Now, are you ready?
I'm ready.
You had best pray our paths never cross again, mortal.
Alright, persuade the god of the end to abolish the golden rule. Nice! Alright, we completed a Herculean task. Good for us. Heck yeah. Oh boy, wow. We're stuck underground now, aren't we? Hi, Al. How's it going? Don't go over the edge, please. Oh!
Hi there.
Hi!
A bit of afraid. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
Alworth, I came here to find
Oh.
you.
Here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I'm Erie. I was hoping you'd know who I
you
am.
are. I barely remember how I got here myself. Oh, did that lady in the forest send you in here after me? I guess I lost track of time, learning about the history of this place, and it is extraordinary. I'm
Yeah?
fairly certain you and I are the first people to set foot in this city for about 2,000 years. Fortunately for us, the last person in here was a Roman man named Galerius, who inscribed an account into a tablet. Apparently there was a
Fascinating.
community of 20-something people trapped in here, and living in fear of a curse they called the Golden Rule. They believed that if even one person sinned, an unknown god would cast them all into gold, like the 1,000 people who'd lived here before them. Then, one day, just as Galerius had finished praying for a good harvest at the shrine of Proserpina, an oracle appeared, said barely a word, and entered the temple of the mysterious god, this one here, and demanded an audience. And the doors just opened up to him. Who knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle must have been more persuasive than Odysseus, because the next thing he knew, The ground shook, and the voice of that god rang out over the city. The many have suffered long enough. Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of stops after that.
Wow,
Leaving
he's a
lot of
quick
questions
scribe.
unanswered. What became of him, and the other people who lived here? What happened to all the golden statues? And did this mysterious oracle single-handedly undo the curse that had terrorized people for hundreds of years?
These Romans are
I don't know, it
crazy.
reads like an earnest account to me. Anyway, I think I found a way out through the aqueduct that brought water into the city. Follow me.
Let's do it. I'm right behind you. Return to the river. Okay. And we're free. Once again out of this god-awful city.
I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else has ever lured into this temple.
I don't see why not. It's harmless now.
You go on ahead, and I'll be there soon.
Curse has been undone. The gods have been evicted. Yes. Alright, let's go talk to Charon, shall we?
You're back. But you're alone. Does that mean you didn't find Al?
Alright, I found him. He'll be here in a moment.
What a relief. Thank you so much. I was beginning to think you'd both become trapped in there. Why don't you tell me what you discovered while we wait?
Oh, should I? I discovered that you're not who you're saying you are. I remember meeting you 2,000 years ago.
Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose
The
some
eyes.
questions.
Who are you, really? Not really.
You
I
can just
know
call me
this.
Charon, if you like.
We already
I'm
established
sorry
this.
I was not completely honest with you when we first met. I do not enjoy deceiving people. Believe me, I do not. But I have learned, from 5,000 years of experience, that most people find comfort in familiarity, in gradual change, and coming to see the truth in their own time.
Yeah, that's fair. What truth is
You
that?
died, of course. You were dead when I brought you here. My role, as the servant of the god of the underworld, has always been to assist the chosen to cross the threshold from the land of the living to the land of the dead.
Yes. How did I die?
Usually, when
We can honestly skip all of this. We've done it already. I suppose
What?
not. Alright, Pluto said the coins Al and I had were the last in existence. What does that mean for
It
you?
means I am now bereft of purpose. There is nobody else to ferry here. Nobody to keep you company. After 5,000 years, the underworld has finally run its course.
Mm-hmm. Can you return us
I
to the
see
land
no
of the
point
living?
in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now.
Oh,
Al!
oh boy!
It's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an oracle who confronted a god and undid an ancient curse.
Sounds like quite a story. And I look forward to hearing all about it. But you two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sounds
good to
great.
me.
And
do
you?
it.
Are you ready to go home?
Alright, Charon. Ferry us home. I don't think she liked me using her real name. Ha! 1 year later. Huh. Okay. This truly is the good ending. We're back to being alive and mortal and things are fine. Private member wing. Okay, okay. Sumeria. Not Sudan. What's the matter with me?
Hey, you made it. It's great to see you again.
Hello.
After everything you've been through, I thought you might appreciate some good news.
Yeah.
So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people
Oh, so you
mentioned
knew,
in Galerius'
huh?
tablet. And I found something strange. I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. I've been dying to tell you. I just really wanted you to see this for yourself. Why don't you head on down there? I'll catch up with you at the other end.
Fair. Okay. What have we discovered? What?
You're finally here. Remember me?
Galerius? What the heck are you doing here,
Crazy
buddy?
story. After you disappeared, Charon appeared and told us she was returning us to the world. Even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Only, for some reason, she returned us to your world instead of ours.
Laziness.
Anyway, I know we only ever had that one conversation, and I wasn't even sure if you'd remember me, but I wanted to say thanks for freeing us from the underworld and giving us a second chance.
Galerius, we've had so many conversations, buddy. That's amazing. Good to see you again. What are you doing with yourself these
I
days?
used Charon's gift to buy a farm in Umbria.
Aw.
Got a villa on it too, with enough room for Dooley, of course. It's
Dooley!
hard work, but I sleep soundly every night. I'm finally my own man, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Do you have a smartphone yet? Those are a trip.
I know. I can't believe my luck either. But we're engaged and living together. We're
I think that's
planning
a
to
good
get
fit.
married
I'd
next
ship that.
spring. If you're going to be around, we'd love to see you there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Of
good to
course,
see you again.
There's a whole museum full of people waiting for a chance to thank you. So you better keep moving. We'll speak again soon, my friend.
Oh my god, this is so cool.
Oh, hello.
Dooley, hello.
You're here. It's lovely to finally meet you. Galerius told me all about you.
Equitia, we've met many times.
So, you're the hero who somehow vanquished the last of the Roman gods. As I'm a priestess, you realize you've put me out of work.
Awkward,
I'm just
right?
teasing. Actually, and it still feels a little sacrilegious to say this, I'm finding life after religion quite enjoyable.
Aw. Yeah, what are you doing yourself these
Galerius
days?
and I are engaged and expecting.
And expecting?
We've
He
just
didn't
bought a
mention
lovely
that.
villa in the countryside, with room for a large family, and Dooley too, of course.
Dooley!
It feels like the world has just opened up for us.
You look
There's
lovely.
So
Oh my
much to
god.
learn, and so many more possibilities for our children than we ever imagined.
It's
We're
great.
just so thankful for what you did for us, for all of us.
How's
Oh,
Livia?
it's sweet of you to ask. She recovered nicely. In fact, she's here somewhere, if you'd like to ask her yourself.
I'll do that.
It's
good to see you again.
Wedding, I hope.
Yes. Dooley!
Hello. I'm Dooley.
I know Dooley. I remember you.
Galerius said you're very nice and a big helper. Thank you for getting us out of the bad place. I didn't like it.
So you remember it? So what are you doing with yourself
I
these
lived
days?
at Galerius and Equitia's house. They look after me now and help me remember when I forget things, like brushing my teeth.
They look great, by the way. It's good to see
Bye.
you again, Dooley. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's Domitius, isn't it? That is absolutely Domitius. Lucretia! Hi!
You are here. It's nice to finally meet you.
It's good to meet you too. Hi, Lucretia.
Lucy is fine. I'm making an effort to blend in, as you can see. We are all trying to keep a low profile. If
I think
the world
Lucretia's a
knew we
perfectly
died
acceptable
2,000
modern
years
name.
ago and were suddenly brought back to life 12 months ago, they'd never leave us alone. Speaking of which, I wanted to say thank you in person.
Y'all
I'd
should become
say the gods
historians.
Smile on you, but I hear you drove the last of them off. So
What are you doing
I'm
with yourself these
studying
days?
to get into medical school.
Nice!
As much as I resented the responsibility of keeping everyone in the city alive, when it ended, I realized I missed it. So I guess I'll just keep saving the world, if begrudgingly, one patient at a time.
Bah. Alright, where's Yulia?
She didn't make it. She died
Oh,
from
no.
poison while you were in the Great Temple. It was very sad. She was a good woman and a friend.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It wasn't your fault. Decius is to blame. He's here somewhere too. Not that anyone would talk to him. I'm not even sure how he got invited.
Is this because I didn't send Galerius on that last quest? I just went straight for the temple? Oh, I didn't know there was going to be, like, secondary consequences.
You too. Don't be a stranger.
So that means... Yeah. Hi.
Hey.
Oh, Horatius.
Hi there, I'm Horatius.
Hi, Horatius.
I understand we have you to thank for giving us a second chance at life. And reuniting Scintilla with us as well. So, thank you.
What are you doing with yourself
I'm
these
living
days?
up north and studying in the military academy in Modena. I'm going to be an officer one day. The
Heck yeah,
world's
you will.
changed a lot. But some things stay the same. Would you believe we're still studying military tactics from my time? Alexander the Great, Caesar, Hannibal Barca.
Right? A
I
little
have to
strange,
keep
ain't it?
challenging myself to let go of old ways of thinking and embrace the new. As Seneca wrote, the ones who pioneered our paths aren't our masters, but our guides.
So I hope they're... How did they learn English? They were speaking Latin before. I'm sorry you never got to see your girl again.
Ah, you remembered that. Thank you. I grieved for a time, but that's done. In the words of Epictetus, as those who rode behind triumphant generals remind them they are mortal, remind yourself your precious one isn't one of your possessions, but something given for now, not forever.
Just a second. Thought I turned all that off. Hang on. We gotta fix that real quick. I apologize.
Welcome, foolish mortals.
Turn it off.
Welcome, foolish mortals.
Okay. That should disable it. I hope. I can only hope. Should make it go away. I'm glad you're coping.
Thanks.
Whatever happened to your buddy Domitius?
It's not my...
Oh.
He had more trouble adapting than most. He got himself disqualified from the UFC. So he started some kind of underground blood sport tournament, like we had in Rome.
Oh boy.
Suppose it appealed to people's baser instincts. And they say he made some good coin, killing a bunch of men like that. But his luck finally ran out. And his life along with it. You know what they say. Live by the sword, die by the sword.
Well, sounds like he got what he deserved.
You're not wrong.
It was good to see you, Horatius.
Farewell.
Hi, Santia.
I
Still edgy
take
as
it
ever?
You're the Oracle. Thanks for coming.
Good to see you
Actually,
again, Cynthia.
I changed my name to Cynthia. I didn't want to be associated with Sentius after what happened.
Fair
I'm not
enough.
sure if you heard, but after you drove Pluto off, Proserpina emerged from the Great Temple. She knew right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. He'd been keeping my little sister locked up in the upper cistern all that time. But he's been dealt with. He's... you know what? The important thing is, we'll never see him again.
Fair. Okay. So, yeah, what are you doing with yourself these
Anything I
days?
want. I'm a woman of means in a vast new world. I can go wherever and do whatever I please.
You haven't
Of course,
changed a bit,
I
have
mostly
you?
just stay in my villa and have my servant Alexa summon things for me, because it's just awful out there.
You have a
Barbarians
servant?
everywhere.
I have questions and concerns. You have a servant, or are you talking about, like, the Amazon Alexa?
He's still there, all alone. The last golden statue in the underworld. Trapped in a metal shell, slowly losing his mind until the end of time.
Oh, good stuff.
Eternal torment. Just what he deserves, if you ask me.
Good.
You
Alright,
too.
well, it's good to see you
See
again,
you
Cynthia.
around.
Oh my gosh. Georgius! Georgius! Ah, it's Georgius!
Greetings.
He's so
You
sharp
must be the
looking!
legendary oracle. It is a sincere privilege to finally make your acquaintance. I am Georgius.
Hi, Georgius.
I am told we have you to thank for freeing us from Hades, and for that I am most grateful.
Yeah, you are welcome. What are you doing with yourself these days?
I am reacquainting myself with Greece. It has changed so much over the last 2,000 years, I barely recognize it. This is at once heartbreaking and thrilling.
I bet.
Perhaps one day, once I have seen all of this new Greece and sampled her delights, I will settle down in Santorini in a villa overlooking the Azure Aegean Sea. I hope you will join me there and regale me with the story of how you faced off against the fearsome god of the underworld and won.
I'd love to. Consider me there. So whatever happened to Fabia?
Ah, the poor sweet thing. Perished in a shrine collapse before the rest of us were saved.
Aw, yep, that was again my consequence. I forgot to say, so that one died. Damn it. That's upsetting. Sorry, I wish
My
I'd saved
friend,
her.
There is no need for you to apologize. You have done more than enough.
It was good to see you again, Georgius.
You too, my friend.
The hermit philosopher! Hello!
I take it you're the oracle.
Oh, he's got a
everybody's
bow
talking
tie!
about. It's a pleasure to finally meet you.
We've met before, though I wouldn't expect you to remember it.
I'm sorry, I don't remember. In any case, I'm Philip. I never thought I'd leave that cave, let alone the city. And now I'm living in the 21st century. What a time to be alive.
Right?
And it seems I have your Catabasis to thank for it.
What are you doing with yourself
I'm
these
working
days?
as a consultant to the Faculty of Classics at Cambridge University, helping fill the odd gap in their knowledge. Not that I need the money, but I do love being around enlightened minds again.
What a chap. What a guy. What a
Sincere
fella.
thanks once again.
Good to see you, Philip. Good to see you. Yeah, just what the fuck? What? Of course.
Some soiree, innit?
Fucking Decius. Fucking Decius.
Oh, hello at last. You must be the oracle I've heard so much about. I'm Decius.
Hi,
And
Decius.
listen, I wanted to express my sincere appreciation for what you did. If it wasn't for you, I'd never been able to sell all those useless old relics I accumulated. Whatever you did in that temple made me a very wealthy man. Thank you.
No need to thank me. It was entirely unintended. I don't necessarily see how I want to say that.
Most gracious of you.
So what are you doing
I
with
took the
yourself
money I
these
made from
days?
selling my trinkets and started investing in the stock market. That's where the real money
course
is
you have.
now. In fact,
Yup.
I was hoping to ask your advice, you being the oracle and future seer and all that, on which stocks I should invest in next. I can't decide between fossil fuels, tobacco, gambling and arms. What would you recommend?
Can't really see the future, I'm
Don't
afraid.
be like that. You can tell your old pal Dacius. I won't take no for an answer.
DVD rentals have a bright future. Ha! Broadcast television is going to be the next big thing. Print media is going to make a huge comeback. Just make him lose all his money. So, DVD rentals.
Oh, of course, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. I'll go home and buy up as much stock as I can tonight. I'm going to make a bloody fortune.
I'll be going now.
Of course, don't let me keep you. Thanks again for the tips, my friend.
I guess that's a fair thing to do, right?
Good evening.
Octavia!
You're here. It's so lovely to see you again.
Nice to see you too, Octavia.
I'm thankful that you're here. I was sure the person who drove off the last pagan god would have more important things to do than visit the likes of us. But thank you for coming and for saving our lives. What you did was extraordinary, and I'll never forget it.
What are you doing
I'm
with
living in
yourself
Rome
these
again,
days?
in a charming little flat by the Tiber. Not far from my old place. Oh, and I'm training to be a crisis counselor.
Aw,
After we
that's
lost
fitting, I
Orpheus,
guess.
I spent a lot of time reflecting on what I could have done differently. I couldn't shake the feeling that if I'd just found the right words, he'd still be with us today. In the end, I decided to devote
how
the
everybody
rest of my
feels.
life to helping others like him.
That's good of you, though. It wasn't your fault.
So I'm told, and I know that rationally. Maybe someday I'll believe it too.
It's good to see
And
you
you.
again.
Oh, and I hope this isn't too forward, but some of us are going out for a drink after this, if you'd like to join us.
Yeah, I'm in.
Wonderful. I'll see you soon.
Livia!
Greetings.
It's good to see you're looking well, Livia.
Thank you for your kind words and for liberating us all. In all the time I was in the underworld, I never once imagined that I might end up in a place so much like Elysium.
What are you doing with yourselves these days?
I'm recovering. Octavia was kind enough to let me stay with her for a while. At least until I'm well enough to be independent again.
That's fair.
She still talks wistfully of you.
Have you read any good poems lately?
Ah, you remember that. I'm a little tired of Ovid, but that's all right. I have 2,000 years worth of poetry to catch up on now.
It's overwhelming to
Already
think
up
about.
to the 19th century. And
Technically, I have
quite
2,000
enjoying
years
the
of
work of a fellow
poetry to
named
catch up on,
Poe.
too.
I think I may have found a kindred spirit.
Poe!
Men have called me mad, but the question is not yet settled whether madness is or is not the loftiest intelligence.
Well said. It's good to
And
see you again,
you.
Livia.
Farewell, friend.
Welcome, Maker. We chased off the god that was harassing the Greeks, Romans, and Egyptians and Sumerians. And he decided to leave Earth forever. And he restored everybody to our timeline because he's a lazy son of a bitch. But here they are, and we're meeting them again. It's Kabosh. You're looking well, Kabosh.
To finally meet you, Oracle.
Thanks, Kabosh.
You know my name? Oh, of course. You are an oracle. You know many things.
I'm not an
too would like to
oracle!
offer my thanks for releasing us from that place and for your role in bringing us here. This world is truly wondrous.
So what are you doing
For
with
a
yourself these
time,
days?
I returned to Alexandria, but they have no need of another fisherman, and I came to see there is nothing for me there.
What are you
Instead,
wearing?
I have decided to follow the custom of your youths and backpack the world. It is a great
Fair.
adventure, and I have met many people from many cultures.
That's great.
I spent the first 25 years of my life avoiding the 42 sins that would deny me access to the afterlife. Now, I think it is time I had some fun.
Yeah, I think so too. You definitely earned it. Behave, though. Be
Indeed.
nice to people. It's good to see you again, Kabosh. Ha! We'll talk to him last.
Hello there.
You must be Scintilla.
Oh, I go by Gabriella now. I didn't want to be reminded of that monster every time I heard my own name.
Fair. Which monster? Don't!
You didn't hear. My adoptive father, Sentius, locked me up in the upper cistern to stop me from escaping.
I did know
After
that.
he drove Pluto off,
There's no way I could
Serpina
do anything
came
about
and
it.
released me, and that monster got what was coming to him.
Sounds like he got what he deserved. What are you doing
I'm
with
living
yourself
by
these
myself
days?
on a little vineyard in Umbria. It's something Ulpius and I used to talk about doing when we got out, and I thought that's what he would have wanted. But it's
Sorry
been
he didn't make it out either.
hard. I don't know what I'm doing, and it's just not the same without him. Mostly, it just reminds me he's gone.
I'm sorry to hear.
Oh, it's hardly your fault. I'll
Kind
be
of
alright
is.
in time.
It was nice to
Thanks.
meet you. I wonder if I go back through and I do have Galerius do all those tasks, if it will actually have these people end up how they're here. It's the handsome boy, Virgil!
It's so nice to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you.
It's good to meet you too, Virgil!
I wanted to thank
I
you
mean, see you.
personally for getting us out of there.
What are you doing with yourself these days?
I'm studying to be an architect again and living in a beautiful flat in Rotterdam, just down the river from Nijmegen, where I grew up. Of course,
Huh?
it's improved immensely since I was there last. gleaming futuristic buildings and clean streets full of educated, accepting people. You
Right?
natives of the 21st century have no idea how fortunate you are.
I know, right? Still have our strifes, though. Did you ever forget who was sending you those
know,
letters?
Looking back, I think it might have been Rufius. But he was struggling with so many of his own demons. It's
Yeah,
hard
where
to
is
hold grudge.
Rufius?
Nobody's heard from him, and I sometimes wonder what might have happened if one of us had been able to help him. I just hope, wherever he is, he's all right.
It's good to see you again, Virgil.
If you're ever in the Netherlands, I'd be happy to show you around. It's the least I could do.
I would love that. Is that it? Is that all of our friends? That seems to be all of our friends. I don't know why the Sumerians were so obsessed with beards. Well, he's a handsome boy. I can be a little smitten. It's fine.
There you are. I hope you enjoyed that. Now, there's one more person I wanted to introduce you to. I think you know her.
Uh-oh.
Sorry if I frightened you.
Shut.
Just a little joke I've been saving for a long, long time.
I recognize
Allow
that
me to introduce
voice.
myself properly. I am Proserpina, former goddess of the cycle of life and renewal, and now a regular mortal. I
Welcome
wanted
to our
meet you in
level. I'm
person,
sorry.
And thank you for freeing all these people, and me. I hate to think what would have happened to us without your intervention.
You were whispering to me all along?
Indeed. Suffice it to say that while Pluto was controlling the eyes and ears of each golden statue, I was able to control their tongues and whisper to you when he was distracted. I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. There were only ever brief windows in which I could speak to you without being detected.
That's fair. You did what you could. I appreciate it. You created the time loop?
I did. I may have given up my immortality, but I still retain my gifts as the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. After witnessing Pluto punish countless poor souls over thousands of years, I knew this generation, the final wave, would not survive. So I tried to give them a way to buy more time. A second chance. Rather, as many second chances as they needed to avoid his wrath.
So what became of Pluto?
I don't know what happened to him. I haven't heard from him, and I rather hope it stays that way.
What became of Charon?
Oh, she inherited dominion over the underworld. Last time we spoke, she was working on a new world of some kind.
What?
She wouldn't say what it was, but I'd be surprised if you don't run into her again. I imagine we all will, one day.
Wow, that's uncomfortable. He's demoted to a dwarf planet.
And you.
It's good to meet you.
Although it feels like I've known you forever. Oh, and one last thing. Do you remember all those golden statues scattered throughout the city?
Yes. How could I forget?
Good. Because they remember you. Well done, my friend. Of
Oh
all
my
the heroes
God.
who ever journeyed to the underworld and returned, none came close to achieving.
Frickin' Pluto was
Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas.
lazy as hell. He just returned every golden statue to this timeline. What a fucking loser. I mean, good for all these people. They get to live in probably a better world, but God, Pluto, that dude sucked.